Hi, welcome. Welcome back. And most importantly, thank you for continuing on this journey together. It's really been very special for me, and I hope it has been a moment to breathe and to reflect and even to find perspective during this time. This week actually has been particularly complex because of the mixed messages that we are receiving, the miracles, the messages of miracles and lights from our holiday of Hanukkah, and the continuing difficulties and anxieties and concerns of the world in which we are living. Tonight is the fourth night of Hanukkah, so I could not resist using our holiday as the basis for our meditation today. And so I've done something different, and I'd like to try something a little bit new. I'm going to be using a formulation of the 8 nights of Hanukkah based on the idea of miracle and miracles. That is not mine. It's not mine at all. It was created by an Orthodox woman, interestingly, by the name of Rachel Spangenthal. She writes about all kinds of contemporary topics. She does so from a liberal Orthodox point of view and from a woman's feminist point of view. And I thought that what she had to say about the idea of miracles and attaching them to each night was worth sharing, worth thinking about, and perhaps one or several of her ideas might resonate with you. So let's begin by finding our meditative position. And I will just share with you that I am in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is why my background looks a little bit different than usual. But it feels so good to be joining with you, even at a different kind of distance. So let's find our places, sit comfortably, at ease, but with focus and with attention. As you know, I always like to close my eyes. Some prefer to leave them open or to close them softly. We might rest our hands in our laps. Oh, and there it is. Let's take that first big, deep, restorative breath. Oh, and you might hold it for a second before you let it out. Let's take another one just to feel the sense of fullness and then of release, if we can, of all the tensions with which we have been dealing all this week. And I will begin by sharing with you thoughts that she wrote considering night number 1 of Hanukkah, the miracle in the present. The point of lighting the menorah isn't to remember the miracle. It's to re-experience the miracle. Every holiday is imbued with a spiritual reality, an energy that pours down from the heavens and pulsates throughout the earth, just waiting to be tapped into. Pesach is the holiday of freedom. Simchat Torah is the holiday of joy. And Hanukkah is the holiday of miracles. Every night, as we light these candles, we're not commemorating a past event. We are accessing the potential of the present. Now is the time of wonder. Let us breathe in. All that we might be accessing in this present moment. And if we can let go of the burdens, the heaviness with which we came into this time together, perhaps we can lighten our spirits and find that time of wonder. Let us breathe in that possibility Let us breathe out our cynicism, our denial, our brutal judgment or honesty. Let us just let it go for right now. Now is the time of wonder. Let us breathe that in. Let it fill our bodies, our entire insides. And then we let it go again. Night number 2. The miracle is in the seeking. The fact is that nowadays we're not seeing the miracle of the oil. My candles do not burn for 8 nights straight. Every day I must set them up anew, because we've reached a time in life when we can't just sit around waiting for miracles to happen. We're expected to seek miracles, to create them. In the time of the Holy Temple, there was a miracle in the fact that the menorah burned for 8 nights. But what brought that about? The miracle that the Jews searched for the oil in the first place. Let us breathe in that idea. The miracle was not in the burning of the oil. In fact, we know it was not in the burning of the oil. What we do know is that the Jews fought to regain their religious freedom. And when they were victorious, they went back to the temple, the great temple in Jerusalem, and they cleaned it up. They went looking, they went searching for the undisturbed points of holiness. And if there were none, they cleansed it and they rededicated it and they made it sacred once again. That is in our power to do. Nothing is intrinsically sacred. It is through our attitudes, our treatment, our vision, that we perceive anything as sacred. So let us breathe in again the potential for sanctity in our lives. And breathe out the mundane, the ugly, the limitations to realizing that ultimate goal. Night number 3. The miracle is in moving forward. Menorahs are frequently pictured with all 8 candles lit, but 7/8 of the time, that doesn't reflect the reality. When lighting the menorah, we start with 1 and make our way up, step by step, adding 1 candle more every night, just 1, because most of the time, living a miracle, being miraculous, is not huge. It's not flashy. Most of the time, living a miracle just means taking another step at a time when taking another step seems impossible. Most of the time, living a miracle just means knowing where you are and making 1 small shift forward. Let us breathe that idea in, that the miraculous is right here in our hands and in our feet and in our intention, in our attitudes, and that 1 step forward. And sometimes It comes with fear and anxiety. But let us breathe that out for this moment. Night number 4. The miracle is in opening your eyes. Jewish law encourages abstaining from work while the candles are lit. Especially for women, a woman is not supposed to be working or doing any household chores while the candles are burning. Sitting by the menorah for 30 minutes, playing dreidel with family, singing songs, eating chocolate, meditating, watching the candles flicker by the window. Because a part of experiencing miracles is just seeing that they're already there. We may not recognize them because they surround us every day, but they are there. There is something magnificent about a miracle that breaks nature, a miracle that confronts nature and slaps it across the face. But there is something delicious about a miracle that shows the miraculous nature of nature itself. We all wait for great, incredible, awe-inspiring happenings like the splitting of the sea. But we are swimming through an ocean of wondrous events every single moment. And that is an idea that has been particularly difficult to access during this time. Let us breathe it in. We are living through a miracle every single moment. And for just this time, let us breathe out and let go of everything that oppresses us, that makes us feel despondent, that makes us feel helpless, that makes us feel no place. Let us breathe in the idea that there is a miracle every single moment. An ocean of wondrous events. The first each day for me is that I am still well. Thank God. Please God, we should all be well. But if we are listening to this meditation, we are currently well, healing, or convalescing. That is in our ocean of wondrous events. Oh. Night number 5. You are the miracle for others. The rabbis do not tell us to remember the miracle of the oil. You are meant to publicize the miracle of the oil, to light your menorah in a thoroughfare where everyone can see it, because it is your responsibility to bring light to others, to be the miracle for others. It is the season of giving. We are tapping into that fact. We can't wait for miracles because sometimes you are the miracle. You are integral to the workings of this world. Let us breathe that in. You are integral to the workings of this world. I love this idea in particular at this time because this time, part of its harshness, part of its ongoing difficulty is that so many of us feel helpless, purposeless, absent. We just aren't, because we can't do the things that normally bring us our definition, that normally bring us a structure to our day. This is a thought to remember and to breathe in. Sometimes we are the miracle because we are integral to the workings of this world. And that can mean just saying hello, just calling a family member or a friend, just doing tzedakah, just reaching out our hand. Every human being is integral to the workings of this world. Let us breathe it in and breathe out any sense of meaninglessness, purposelessness, nothingness, which can plague us all. It's one of the hardest plagues to get rid of. Let us breathe in. You are integral to the workings of the world. Let us breathe out. Any doubt or denial of that fact. Night number 6, reaching infinity. 7 is the number of nature. There are 7 days in the week, 7 notes in a musical scale, 7 colors in a rainbow. 8 is the number of miracles. Turn the number 8 on its side, it becomes the symbol of infinity. The difference between finite and infinite, it's just 1. It's in extending yourself beyond your nature, beyond what is comfortable. The formation of muscle in that 1 extra lunge. Let us think about that extension of ourselves. Doesn't have to be in a lunge. It can be anything that takes us out of our comfort zone. How do we extend ourselves? How do we make this world better for another human being? How do we take the spiritual lunge? Part of it is participating in this meditative exercise every week. This is an exercise that is hopefully strengthening our spiritual muscle. Our emotional muscle, I hope also, even psychological, our personal muscles. Let us breathe in that strength. And breathe out again. The constrictions that keep us from imagining and creating and becoming stronger and better versions of ourselves. Night number 7. The miracle is you. The Hebrew word for the number 8, Shemona, has the same letters as the Hebrew word for soul, Neshama, tonight your soul shines. Realize the miracle that you are. Realize the infinite power that you have. Realize that divinity is not an unreachable concept. Miracles are not the domain of the heavens. The miracle of today is you. When we access our own miraculous nature, the power of our souls, and use that to connect to others, to bring up others, to show others the light that they have in themselves, then we become an explosion. Let us breathe that in. That we are the miracles. I think that is true. I think every human being is a miracle. We feel it most profoundly at the time of birth, what I like to call one of the most routine and yet miraculous events of our world. But the continuous unfolding of each of us is a miracle we frequently take for granted because it is so much a part of us. And the truth is, we can't sit around thinking, oh, I'm a miracle every minute. But at times of reflection, at times even of stress and concern, let us breathe that in. Let us breathe that reality in. We are the miracles. And when we use our own miraculous nature to reach out, to connect to others, to raise them up, to show them the light they have inside of their souls, then we become an explosion of miracles. What a lovely idea. And we turn to night number 8, the unexplained miracle. Beyond all that has been said about recognizing the miracles in our daily lives and being the miracle for others, sometimes we need something beyond, something totally unexplainable. And that too is the nature of this holiday. May we all be blessed to see whatever miracles we are praying for. Amen. Let us breathe that in. Let us live to see whatever miracles we are praying for. And for just these moments, let us breathe out the negative in our brains, the naysayer that lurks at the edges of our consciousness, the pessimistic voice. We can let that go. Just let it go. It will come back, but not right now. Let us anticipate for these few moments the miracle or miracles for which we strive, for which we hope, and for which we pray. I urge you, light the candles. Light them tonight. even if you haven't the impulse, because you're not with your family or you're not with your friends, or it just doesn't feel like Hanukkah. Light them. Say the blessing if you know it. Contact me if you need it. Or just light them and say your own prayer. Imagine the miracles for which you pray. That is enough. But embrace that light that symbolizes all that we hope for this world, that whatever darkness remains will be illuminated, and that the light will remain as the darkness recedes. May this be a holiday of meaning, of warmth, of light, of hope, of faith, and of imagining the miracles we so long to see. God bless. I will see you next week, and happy Hanukkah.